It happened with creating the right intentions, being clear with what action we wanted to take and impact we wanted, but having the right who's, the right people to help us. Because what I learned is I'm a visionary. I create the vision, but I need the people to support me in the vision. And I need it to be something that they love doing and they want to show up.
And when I met Lee, I didn't know who Lee was. Her demeanor is very generous. Her demeanor is very respectful. She came in as a student, but what I found out was she was a powerhouse. She don't have one business. She don't have two businesses. She doesn't have three businesses. Just 4 multi-million-dollar businesses. 4, running them successfully. I text her today and I'm like, I need you to talk to us about how the hell you are pivoting, growing, scaling, leveraging in this time. Because look, we're just trying to figure our one little business out. Esther's got 3 businesses, right? To go, I want them to hear so that there's no excuse to go, wait a minute, I need to see people who are still playing big and outrageous. And so in GLP, she came in already an amazing business person. Look, I don't care where you at. You could be just starting or you could be making millions. It doesn't matter where you're at. There's always somewhere to grow. There's always another place, yes?
Yeah.
So she added products to her suite. She got global connections for people all over the world. When you come into this tribe and you come in this community, global difference makers, because we're a global economy. She got a guide and a plan for every area of her business. What I love about Lee is Lee would sit there and be the student, go home and create miracles. She has won so many awards. Top business person, top entrepreneur, top in with ClickFunnels and Infusionsoft and just crazy. She consistently measured her business. I need you to know that playing this game is called radical action. Playing this game is called, I want to do something different. So I needed to bring Lee on so you could see. Look, and she gave me another picture, but she's got several pictures with Oprah, right? She's rubbing elbows with some people that are making a difference, yes? Right, and that's not, she's bragging. That's like, I'm a student, and when I'm a student, I'm there to learn, but I'm also there to leverage. Listen up now. I'm also there to leverage, right? Dr. Ali did that brilliantly, right? Halisa's doing that brilliantly. Halisa's spoken on the stage with some of the most phenomenal speakers, global change agents in the world. That's called leverage. Lee is the master at leveraging opportunity, leveraging talent with love. Look, with love. One of the most loving people I know. Loves her team, invests in her team. I'm gonna stop now, Lee, because I could just go on and on and on about you. So I need you to give a big Susie Carder welcome. Give her high fives. Give her the yes, yes. I'm gonna give you a boom. I'm gonna give her a boom, shaka laka laka, boom, shaka laka laka, boom, shaka laka laka, boom. Lee.
Hi there. I'm so happy to be here with you, Susie. And yes, we've had many, many years together. And I was thinking back earlier when you said, wow, what would happen if I started at 2013 with Susie? And I'm looking like, wow, I worked with Susie and I worked with Lisa going back that far. And the first thing it did was give me the mindset of being a global leader, not just talking about it, actually being it. And I think what you guys did was pave the way to have the mindset of knowing we can make a global impact, no matter who we are, when we set our intentions and create action around it. So that's what I got from being part of this community and knowing you, Susie, for all these years, is I get inspired to keep stepping up into a bigger game. And I was barely 7 figures when I first started working with you guys on my first business. And that business went more than 8 figures, sold, and then even has a second and third bite of the apple after it. So
okay, wait, you guys hear that nugget? I just want you to hear that nugget. Like, look, so when I came, I was 7, then 8 figures and sold it, and then now keep earning money, that back of the head money just coming, like learning to leverage deals. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't think everybody missed that.
It's important for you to say that because when I first started working with you guys and I started creating visions for the future, I knew I was stepping into bigger and better opportunities, but each opportunity brought a new set of people to take me to yet the next bigger or better opportunity. And now we're launching things where one of the contracts I signed on April 1st was a $2.2 billion contract. And I'm like,
come on now.
Like, how?
Wait.
It was my first one. But
I got my Susie Clapper.
No,
Wait,
not mine.
2.2 billion with a B, billion, y'all.
I know, and I haven't even told Susie this whole thing, but what happened was I actually had a contract to sell one of my businesses, and when I sold it, which was 2 years ago, I was selling it to make room for something else. I needed to take my time somewhere else, and that stuff has already moved into a 7-figure business easily. But in the first one, I created what's called a second bite of the apple, which means when I sold it, I created a clause that I wrote on their shirt tails until they had their next event. And their event happened on April 1st. So March 25th, I signed to give my portion in with their deal. And the total deal was 2.2 billion. I didn't get 2.2 billion. I did get multi-millions out of it. And it basically was a bonus. But think of the timing. March 25th is when I signed the contract. April 1st, while everyone else was in cash flow, what am I going to do? I was in cash flow abundance because it's something I did 2 years ago that just happened to pay off then. I didn't do any extra effort around it. All I did was give life to a wish that something could be better. But the timing of it being April 1st this year changed everything in my business because it gave me cash confidence to invest now rather than looking for ways to save money. I added 6 more people to my team. So one thing helped one thing. It's cash confidence.
That is juicy. Cash confidence. Sorry.
Yeah, like basically what I learned along the ways is there's many different reasons why we do put deals together, right? And of course, some of them is for money, for livelihood. But what I've learned is when I make money, my 8th motivator, not my first, my 8th, the ones before that are connection, collaboration, creativity, even in improving our credibility, like all of those come before cash for me. But when those things come first and I'm playing with my passion, then the cash comes automatically. The cash isn't the driver, really serving the community is the driver, but also serving my team and making sure they have a great experience. Because what I've learned is the more my team has a great experience, the more they want to come back and have an even better experience. So right now I gave all of them a project to do about 2 weeks ago, and they're literally doing it all by themselves and just showing me results. I haven't even been part of it. But what I did was I gave them the opportunity for them to take their genius to the next level. And then just show it to me and celebrate with me. I don't have to be part of it anymore. So
that's true leadership, right? When they say of the best leaders, when the task is accomplished and the job is done, the people will reply, I have done it myself. The people will reply. Leadership, she's still leading the ship, right? She's still leading the way, leading the charge, but the people are empowered. And what I love about Lee and what she's talking about is it's all systemic, right? It's all systemic. She is one of the most creative people I know, but harness the creativity with the systemic. She doesn't have to do it. Her team does it. Juicy, Lee. Keep going. Keep going.
Thank you. And actually, can I dive into that a little?
Please, yes.
Would you guys like to do that? Because it doesn't work by accident. It is with intentions. I create vision boards. Lisa Nichols taught me how to create vision boards. I actually do them on a regular basis. And I look at them now, even once I did 7-8 years ago, how many things have come true naturally just because I put it on my vision board. So I am creating intention and flow around it. I start each day in gratitude. So I start with really being grateful for the day, being happy that I'm in this moment, that I get to connect with people like you. Looking forward to seeing Susie today was definitely a highlight of my day. And knowing so many people of you on this call, like we're on this path together. Like Yetta and I, yes, I met her also when she had that broken leg, and I know the effort she went through to be in that room, but it was worth it. And even she said all the way when she got home, it was worth it. And now look, our barrier of entry is easier because we just turn on the computer and make this time, but the value coming out is still extraordinary. We're still getting great value. So Susie, thank you for putting this together that we all can see each other and connect, because I think this helps amplify all of our ideas. But some of the ideas that I had way back in 7 years ago were small in comparison to today. I had to grow into it. It didn't happen overnight. It happened with creating the right intentions, being clear with what action we wanted to take and impact we wanted, but having the right who's, the right people to help us. Because what I learned is I'm a visionary. I create the vision, but I need the people to support me in the vision. And I need it to be something that they love doing and they want to show up. So Susie introduced me to something a long time ago called the Harrison Assessment. That was one of your geniuses that has stuck with me. I've repeated it to other people. And a Harrison assessment let me see how am I as a CEO and a visionary, but how am I compared to other CEOs that either are high functioning, so that I understood my genius, but I also understood anywhere I had a weakness. And in that, I believe they have 12 different categories. It's 9 or 12 categories. I only had one that was really a weakness, and it was accountability of other people. But once I realized that was my weakness, I realized I needed to have a team that shows up that are batteries included, and I don't have to babysit them. Because if
I love that. I love that, batteries included. I'm like, have to micromanage them, hold their hand, batteries included. Yes, Esther, right?
Yeah. Batteries included. I'm batteries included. Nobody has to babysit me. Nobody has to say, hey, tell the team all the things you accomplished. I want team that at the end of the day, they did so many great things. They can't wait to tell me, look at all the things I accomplished. So I give people the opportunity to do that, but they have to be self-motivated to do it. I can't tell them, I want you to show up this way, but I can give them an opportunity through a project for them to show me if they naturally show up that way. And the ones that show up that way, I continue giving more projects to. And I don't necessarily want them to do it just to please me, but I want them to do it to please themselves and be happy with what they've done. And the more they do that, the more it perpetuates more good activity for the team. And it becomes electric in the team. I actually had 2 of my team members today design a challenge for us to do in one of my companies, which is called the Event Planners Association. Now, they don't know how to do challenges. They've never done it, but I've been doing them since 2013. I have screenshots of my first challenges. Instead of them coming to me and asking me everything, what they did was they went and reverse engineered one of my past challenges and then saw how they could improve it. They got on the phone at 7 a.m. this morning for 2 hours, mapped it all out. And then when I was able to get on at 9, all I had to do is be the visionary and show them anywhere there was a gap. They had it all done. That's batteries included. They surprised me. I didn't have to show up and lead them. They showed up and dazzled me. But at the same time, now it's their project. They can't wait to launch the challenge now. And I delayed it a week because I wanted extra time to set some different things up to help the challenge be successful. And they were so disappointed they had to wait a week. I'm like, yeah, but then we're not, putting out fires, and we give ourselves some time to breathe. And I actually mentioned Susie Carder in our meeting. And what I said is, Susie's just had a group of speakers together, and she planned in advance for us to have a Zoom meeting to meet each other. Like Kathy Kidd could talk about how she's going to inspire people to write their books. And each people speaking got to show up and say, hey, I'm glad to be part of this community, and here's what I'm going to share. And we could look at ways of supporting each other. But what Susie showed me is when we have our group of speakers, I want to have enough time to breathe into a Zoom meeting with them as well. And if we wait a week, I have time to actually set up that meeting so the speakers get to know each other. Wasn't even on my agenda before, but going through this process with Susie and knowing what it felt like for me to be included and clued in, I realized this is an important piece that needs to be in the future. So my team was not aware of it, but in the moment I delayed it because I thought that was so important that they do. But they were able to be what I call nimble and quick and respond and just be like, wait, we see it. You're right. That is a valuable piece. And we get a little extra time to even make what we're doing even better. So just so you know, like the team sometimes has to respond to me being a visionary, as in things will happen and timelines will change and it's okay. It doesn't have to be concrete only this way. It has to be based on what's right for the audience right now. So sometimes people want the timeline and the exact dates and everything to do. And one thing I learned from Susie and Lisa is everything's open for what the audience needs right now. And what they need right now is more important than the agenda. And so that is a very big takeaway that I hope all of you guys get through this experience, is that it doesn't have to be perfect. It is always open for adapting, and time is relative. We're going to do the best we can, but let's make it so it doesn't have to be so strict.
Right. So who needed to hear it doesn't have to be perfect? I saw Zena falling out on the chair, right? Like, I can't wait. It's got to, you watch your video and then you're like, no, I got to redo it. No, I got to. And I want you to hear, because we're creating, and as visionaries and leaders, your team, and Esther put it in there, has to be fluid and flexible, because we see things on the horizons that your team might not be able to see. To go, hold up, wait a minute, this is going to be so much more effective if we add these things in place. So the chat's going crazy. I don't know if you can do 2 things at one time, but they're loving. You're just dropping some gems, right? Included and clued in, right? I love that one. Included and clued in. That was like, yes. And we're teaching our team to build the muscle, right? You letting them fail, letting them fail, but the accountability is huge to go, oh, whoopsie, get back up. Let's not make the same mistake. You're going to make other mistakes. Just let's don't make the same mistake. If you make the same mistake again, then maybe it's not the right fit for you, right? To go, maybe you don't have your batteries included.
And what's the cost of that mistake? My husband and I have learned from you guys too, is what are we tolerating? So whenever we're in a situation, we will ask ourselves, what am I tolerating? Like I have team members that have been with me more than 10 years, but I can have a new person that shows up and they actually level up immediately because they're not looking at the way we used to do things. They're looking at the way they can improve on it, right? So I'm like, what am I tolerating? Is it B+ work or am I an A student? Like I want the A student work all day long. The problem with hiring a B student is for every 100 things they do, up to 20 can be wrong.
Yes.
Think how costly that is to go double check all 100 to see which 20 are wrong that you have to fix. It gets really old really fast. And it gets very expensive if one of the things they do wrong costs you money. Not only as a CEO are you paying for it to be done wrong, but then you have to fix it and pay for it to be done right. So the team needs to understand it's okay to make mistakes, but learn from it and make sure the rest of the team learns it too, because we don't want to double those mistakes.
Yeah, so Sam learned that early on, right? I said, look, your job is you have to save us money, not cost us money. And I don't remember what the situation was, but it cost us money. And I'm like, okay, you just cost me $5,000.
It literally is like ripping money up. I have, hold on, I'm going to show you something.
And so
I remember exactly what it was. I remember exactly what it was. It was at the summit, the Big Money Summit, and I forgot to like order lunch something. So we had to order room service and it was over $100 and lunch had been like, you know, way more cost effective than that. And she was like, so listen,
right,
we're not doing this again because it was $100 this time. But if we keep doing it, it's going to be more. We're not doing it.
Right. So if you teach your team, right, that's what we were saying yesterday, give a man a fish, feed him for a day, teach him how to fish, feed him for a lifetime. I just didn't get mad at her. I just said, look, right. And then there's ripple effects on every area. And so now she's like, Susie, I just saved us $7,000 because I did this.
And she's tuned in. You caught her in the moment where it was relevant too. The timing is important. It was just the two of you. You didn't admonish her in front of anyone else. But you had to like, let's have a real talk here so you can see the what is the opportunity cost of this. Right now, the convenience is more important, but later let's plan so we're not paying extra for the convenience. It's just done. And so good, that's really valuable. But Sam, that you actually went and learned and then swung back and showed her, not only did I learn, let me show you how I did it even better and made up for that. That is brilliant. That's how you have job security. And I'm gonna actually show you notes that I wrote here. This is October 12th and 13th. 2017, and this says an employee, number one, we rent their behavior. We rent their behavior. We are the customer with the money, renting behavior. What is their job as a team member? Number one, reduce stress. Number two, make money. Number three, save money. That's it. We're renting their behavior to help our company. Number one, help me reduce stress and the team members and the clients. Number two, to make money. And number three, to save money. So Sam, in that case, you learned how to do all three because of that one thing. But that you
Dr. Delise is saying BOL, breakthrough out loud, like, yes, rent their behaviors. That is juicy.
We're renting their behavior. There is actually a book written by a coach that is Greg Lawson in Australia. And the book is called Chief Maker. Chief Maker. I highly recommend that book. The thing about Chief Maker is it teaches the American system is wrong. They beg us for a job. They want a job. They want us to commit to hiring them. They dazzle us and tell us all the things they're going to do. But the minute they come in, all of a sudden, there's a little entitlement. I'm expecting my paycheck. I'm expecting this. No. I'm the customer with the money. I go to Macy's. I spend money. They not only thank me, they give me a receipt and they show me everything I got for that value. Why doesn't a team member do the same thing? Why aren't they?
Exactly.
Give me a receipt. What did I pay for today?
Yes.
McDonald's will even give you a receipt when you buy something and say what you paid for. Why is it so hard to get a team member to show me what did I accomplish today? So we have to.
Oh my God, Lee, I talk to my team about their weekly reports all the time. I'm like, I don't want your task. I want the result, not your task. Your task is what your toggle report is. Your weekly report is the results. Like, what did I pay for? What did you save me? Saving clients, saving opportunity. So
literally talked about this week.
And how do they reduce your stress? They reduce your stress because next time they're planning to get lunch ahead of time and it costs $25 instead of $100. They save money, they reduce stress. But they also have to let you know. What I told my assistant Michelle is, 14 years she's been my assistant. She can anticipate things I know. But if she responds to something and anticipates it and does it and doesn't tell me, then she knows I don't. She has the power. I'm like, no, it's still my company. I still need to be informed. I don't need to be informed that you ordered a case of paper, but I do need to know that paper is going to be there when I need it. And so keep me informed of the things I need to know. And that's part of the renting the behavior, is we get to let them know what are the KPIs important to us. One of the things I've learned from the people who are really rock stars, they do send me a report at the end of the day. Even if I don't ask, they can't wait to tell me, oh, I got a hold of so-and-so, or so-and-so happened, or they just can't wait to tell me. It is inside of them to just be like, we accomplished this, or this happened. I don't have to ask them for it. The ones that have to ask for it, they don't last very long because it's not a good fit if they cannot be celebrating their successes. And I want to celebrate with them. I've taught my team over the years, just post stories in Slack in real time, because sometimes I'll be sitting with a global leader. You know, if you read the book Traction, Gino Wickman's in one of my groups, I'll be sitting with Gino Wickman, a story will come through that's relevant that I could tell him in real time, like, hey, look, my team's doing this right now. And then he and I have a deeper relationship based on him seeing me do his work. Because they showed me that story in real time, it was relevant that I could use it. And I could show him, look, it just came through. And he could see the immediate effect. It could happen with me and Susie. Susie could tell me something 3 months ago. I could be in a class with her and show, like, look, my team is doing what you and I talked about 3 months ago. I only could do that if they share the stories with me. And it has to be through celebration. Even if it's a learning lesson, I still want to celebrate that we learned it and we moved on, and we won't do that again. But learn fast and move on, right?
Well, even contractors, because some of you may not have employees and you're like, is this relevant to me? No. Contractors, anyone that you give money to, anyone that you hire a service for, a job, a project, it's the same, that accountability, just really learning to celebrate them. We were on a call with our Facebook team and they're like, we love working with you. You celebrate us. You celebrate our accomplishments. Like, we are your fans. We will do anything for you because we hold them accountable, tell them what works, what doesn't work. We celebrate them. We tell them what a great job they did or what a not great job they did, right? We're constantly looking at how do we keep up leveling this game, because I'm paying a lot of money. I need my ROI. So don't
they feel seen by you. I mean, I would see you sometimes. You and I would have a whole day together with GLP, and then I'd see you in 3 months and you would remember things from 3 months ago. And it's like, wow, it's so important to her that she wanted to follow up and know what happened with that. Or you'd even text me in between. And I think that's what our clients want from us. And that's what our team wants from us. They want to know that they're seen. We can give them an opportunity. What I'm showing them is, if you show me those things with ease, we can celebrate together. So, but I've had time over the years where I've had team, I have no idea what they're doing for 5 days. And then I'm like, if they're not showing me what they do, then they're not the right person for my team. Keeping me informed is absolutely a big piece of it. Now, we use Slack and Asana as our systems. Yes. So everything's automated. We're using bots on our website, so we have things automated there too. So we've automated as much as possible. Susie, I appreciate when you first put up the slide, you had 2 of my products up there. And we created products, I guess, about August will be 3 years ago now, I guess, or maybe only 2. But we're selling like over 100,000 units per month now. Now, when I first started doing it, if we sold 1,000 units a month, we thought that was amazing. But what happened was, in the beginning, I had to build for where we were going in the future. We now have 100 members of that team doing just one product right there. But the product is so revolutionary that my husband won his 50th award in veterinary medicine, which is, he won the Holistic Practitioner of the Year for all of America last year. And part of that is because of this product. This product has 40 holistic ingredients in it. It's different than anything else that you get from
Jason and Teresa have it.
And what happened is, we did not know it was going to turn into what it's turned into, but because it's working so well, it's grown for the future. Well, now I'm in a place I never anticipated, but because we had those skills on how to do marketing, operations, sales, and finance, because they were in place, we could just keep building on it and just build on it. What I learned in the last year is I needed to automate a lot of things. I needed to put bots on my website. I needed to do things because I used to get 200 calls a day at my veterinary hospital. Now I'm getting over 500 a day because of that product. Well, I can't talk to everybody, and not everybody really needs a whole conversation. So every single success in life breeds a new challenge to overcome, right? It's a good challenge to have.
Yes.
But it still needs to be addressed or you're going to be out of business. So
what I love, and I want to make sure you guys heard the nugget, because she said, once everything was in place, sales, marketing, operations, finance, then it's easier to grow. So why am I painstakingly making you do this stuff, Esther? Right? Putting that system in place. Zena, put those modules in place so you build it on cement, not sinking sand. To go, oh, and then when I want to bring something else in, it's easier, right? Because you already have the structure in place. You're not reinventing it every single time. If you don't put the system in place, we just keep reinventing. Oh, that was juice. Do you guys see that? To go, what do I need to do? How do I need to do that? Leverage, 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 scale, scale, scale.
And I'm emphasizing that because sometimes it seems like, do I really have to do this? And now that we went through COVID and all of this, because I had so many systems in place that the team knew, we were way ahead of everything. We were already prepared. We were already working like a hospital. We didn't lose a step. We actually gained a lot more clients and ideas because those systems were in place. They are painstaking while you're in it. It takes time. It takes energy. Sometimes when you're in it, you see where the flaws are or the risk is. Pay attention to it. The more you do, then later you reap the rewards. Like right now, we're up 30% this year in a down market because we were prepared and because we have so much online that people were still doing online transactions. It didn't matter. And so because of the work from 3 years ago, getting ready, then when things were in place, because of the systems, everything still worked. Everyone knew what to do. Everyone knew if something changed to look in Slack. They didn't have to wait for anything else. They knew that was the only place that they were going to see change. So because systems were in place, we were able to seamlessly move everything online. And luckily they were already practicing, they were already using systems, but they kept their mental mindset in a can-do attitude because they weren't putting out fires.
Okay, now I'm going to talk to you leader to leader because all of us are leaders in this group. Because a lot of people will go, I already have a coach. I'm already in a mastermind. I'm already doing this. Lee, how many coaches do you have?
Oh, I learned from Harvey Mackay. Harvey Mackay wrote a book called Swimming with the Sharks. Very, very important person in his time. Ran a $100 million company, considers everyone in his company, no matter who they are, to be a salesperson and a brand ambassador. So he taught me that. But he also taught me to have systems in place. And he also taught me to have coaches for everything. He had a coach for everything. He had a coach for golf, a coach for eating, a coach for working out, a coach for business. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to do that too. And I started looking for all the things that are important to me. And I started getting mentors and advisors to help me. And I'll tell you, they say therapists need therapists most, coaches need coaches the most. It's really true. We teach what we need to learn, right? So I went and got my master's in coaching, so I'd know I was doing it the right way because I was coaching my team as well. But during that time, I started linking in with what did I need? Number one, Lisa Nichols to help me with speaking coach. Number two, Susie with even just dialing in systems and those things. Susie and I are the same way. We were just in Maui together with a group of global amazing women leaders. And we were pulling back the curtain and sharing learning lessons with each other in a vulnerable, safe way so all of us can learn from each other's learning lessons. So we could support Susie in this launch right now, which is important to all of us because what Susie's doing right now is empowering us with knowledge that we could take back to our community and multiply, right? If each one of us took it back to our community and taught 100 people, look how valuable every minute Susie is spending with us. So that's how I see it. So I mentor people, but I am open to being mentored. And I think that's my biggest way of advancing my career and my business is being open and doing the work.
Come on now. I need to give her some love, 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 love. I am so excited for her to teach at the Big Money Business Summit. When we were in Maui, she said, look, I want to come and serve your community. I want to, let me teach. Let me do whatever I do. And I made up She too busy. So I just want to say that I did makeup, and she just came and I've always been this way. So Zena, this is the group that makes me want to do the pee-pee dance that Lee and I are in, right? I feel like, okay, there's Lee. So Lee had just joined.
They've bbeen asking me for years, and I finally made it a fact that I had to be there.
They're all big, huge, make you want to do the pee-pee dance, right? But you just sit and be humble to learn. And so she's here because she raised her hand and said, let me help, let me serve. You've always given to me. So
you're kidding. Your book is phenomenal. The thing about Susie is Susie's an ACEs player. She's doing everything at the A level. So what she's doing for you is modeling how to show up, even in this call, even interacting, empowering people, recognizing people, movement, dancing. All of those things are how you engage an audience and get an audience to communicate together and connect. One of the things I've learned with building membership sites is people come for mastery. They want to learn something, but they stay for community.
Yeah.
The key is that long game is, how do I build a community of like-minded people I want to hang out with? So I knew Susie was going to create a really great group because she's a magnet for amazing people. Each one of you are showing up to work with her because you resonate with her. I adore her, so I knew she was going to have amazing people. I want to meet all of you. And I want to, anytime I can empower people and share, I want to. Kathy Kidd and I still have 3 projects on the back burner to work together. So this makes me put it up on the front burner. But there's so much talent in this group. Oh my God. And a lot of it is, what can we do to make the world better? What can we do? It's not a victim mindset. It's a can-do attitude and mindset. And I love that part.
I love it too. Let's give Lee a big round of applause. So she will be teaching at the Big Money Business Summit. So I'm excited to have her as a facilitator to get so much juice today. Look, and thank you for just switching on a dime, because we had something else planned. And I'm like, no, here's what, was this not the perfect thing you needed to hear right now? Look, billions. That goes back to my Bruno Mars. I want to be a billionaire so freaking bad, right? You can be, Dina, rub elbows, just rub the screen, go rub her, right? Because you just have to
say one thing, Susie?
Yes, please.
I'm noticing a lot of people making a crucial mistake right now, and I want to just put this out to you guys so you pay attention to it. There's a saying, don't walk over gold coins to get to silver coins. And what happens is people aren't necessarily seeing an opportunity that's right in front of them. And they're going out and they're going, well, I have to take this course and I have to do this thing and I have to do that. No, I think we all have everything we need right now. What you really need to do is just be open to your community to connect. Take Susie's lead. So instead of waiting for the silver coins out there, start right now looking at the gold coins that are right here. Right in front of you are opportunities that you can turn into gold coins. You don't need anything else. All you need is a tribe of people just like these people and us right now, supporting each other, lifting each other up. When you put out something on the internet, liking, sharing, adding value to each other, putting 2 or 3 sentences, like when Susie's doing her stuff on Facebook, not just saying, hi, Susie, but like, hi, Susie, it's great to see you today, and I love the homework from yesterday. Putting 3 or 4 sentences adds to her credibility and opens her audience. But then we do it for each other. Like, intentionally support each other, get to know each other. After this, there's still a chance to continue those relationships because we come for mastery and we stay for community. And this is the beginning of creating this special community.
And you need to turn your cameras on, right? Because look, I can see everyone. I can see Pam, and like, if Pam didn't have her camera on, I wouldn't be able to, oh my God, there's Pam. I just want to kiss her and hug her and love her, right? And Cindy's here, yay, right? And Jennifer's back and Kathy's back. Right. And so we get connected to the faces that we see. And when people just turn their cameras off, I can't see Jennifer. I can't see, right, Jose. I can't see Tanya and Sasha. And I know we're trying to multitask, but if I look at, you want to create relationships with people that are in this tribe. Dr. Alana is a beast, right? And there's so much talent in here. There's so much opportunity here with the people that are in this tribe. Lee and I met from a tribe. Right? From a community. Kathy and I met from a community. It didn't matter I was facilitator. They are my friends. They are my colleagues. We think about each other. That's building that relationship. When I see Pam, I saw Pam at Esther's and was like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in years. And it was like coming home, right? She was in our business boot camp to go and in all other programs throughout the year, but it just feels like, oh, it's my sister, right? So that's the kind of relationships that we create, like Ken and Yetta and Stephen and Sanjay. So I want you to feel like this is home for you, right? Because then you'll keep coming back. And when you keep coming back, you earn the relationship. Relationships aren't given, relationships are earned. I've earned my relationship with Lee. I've earned my relationship with Kathy. I've earned my relationship with Paige. I've earned my relationship with Elise and Dr. Coffee and Brisa, because I'm consistent. Rita said it today. In 2013, I saw you. And what I've seen over the years, it's 2020. You are consistent, and I see what you've done for other people. I still don't know you, but I know you're consistent. So it's important to go, she keeps showing up. Charlotte keeps showing up. And then I keep seeing Charlotte. And Charlotte raises her hand. Zena raises her hand. I'm telling you, you got to be seen to get heard, to get paid, to get paid. You can't hide out. You can't hide out. Some of you are trying to grow and hide, right? You can't grow and hide. You got to grow and put yourself out there. And you know what? You're going to make mistakes. You know what? You're not going to do it right. You know what? But you'll learn, right? We have breakdown all the time. The bigger you play, put it in chat, the bigger the breakdown. The bigger you play, the bigger the breakdown.